Hi Aquarius, welcome to this reading. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, I have a feeling, Aquarius, that for some of you, you've been very focused on work or responsibilities or, you know, something practical, but you feel like maybe your emotional needs have been neglected a little bit. Yeah, you might also feel that you have been very focused on other people, trying to be responsible for others, sort things out for others, help people out. Maybe you feel you've been taking on some of the slack, you know, that other people haven't been picking up as well. Okay, we have the Two of Cups though, very nice, a deep soul connection there. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay, I think Spirit's giving you a bit of advice here, which is that if you're feeling overwhelmed, burdened, stressed, that you know, are suffering internally, emotionally because of how much you've been doing, reach out to whoever it is that's always there for you, that genuinely cares about you, that genuinely, you know, wants to see you succeed and to be happy, and someone that will be happy, you know, to pick up some of the slack for you, that sort of a thing. Don't feel that you have to always, with everybody, be this super independent, you know, strong person who doesn't need anyone. There seems to be someone here you can be very open with, who you know is there for you. Could be a friend. I'm seeing the Three of Cups on the back. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. Oh yes, see, Two of Wands, a decision, a choice. I think go for it. It could even be you get a chance to go on a break or a holiday somewhere. Absolutely, get away from whatever this is. It could be an opportunity that comes up. Maybe, look, if we're talking about, let's say, work as an example, and you get to transfer or move or take up a new position, I would go for it. Even if it feels unknown, I think it will work out well, and it gets you away from all of this nonsense over here. It might actually be that you speak up and you make a complaint, or you have a word with someone and tell them to sort themselves out, and that brings in an opportunity for you. Ooh, we have the Fool. Now, for some of you, I feel once you go in this new direction here, it could be that you meet someone who you feel is a soulmate, and you have this lovely new sort of almost romantic beginning here that you weren't necessarily expecting, but it's, again, because you took this leap of faith, it's really turning everything around for you. It raises your vibration, so you draw in like a I'm hearing a higher caliber of person, but that sounds kind of a bit rude. That's not what I mean. I mean like people who are in your vibration, and it's kind of like a more quality vibration, I guess. However you define that, that's how you're feeling like, yes, this is the sort of person I want to be around. They are on my wavelength. Two of Cups. They're not bringing drama and stress. And if this is not somebody new, it could be that in doing something else, looking in a new direction, going somewhere, taking a trip, whatever this is for you, something new, basically going in the direction of the new, someone from your life currently, or even your past with this Five of Wands, notices and they're like, my goodness, where has Aquarius gone? And they step out of this silly Five of Wands energy and they reach out to you in a whole new way with the Fool here. Did I say we have your energy, Aquarius? We also have Aries here. So it could be that you're dealing with someone, even in a romantic sense, and you feel that they're really weighed down with, you know, silly things going on around them, other people, but not really serious things, just like a lot of drama, or they've become so blinded by their own life and their day-to-day things that they're doing, and they've forgotten that there's a whole world out there, and you feel there's no room for you in this. But, you know, it's almost like by pulling yourself out of this, that's how you're going to get their attention. And we have a High Priestess reversed, Pisces energy. Okay, what is going on here? Nine of Pentacles, High Priestess reversed. The Chariot, Cancer. The Magician on the back, Gemini. I wonder, Aquarius, if you've been trying to make something happen. You know, the Chariot follows the star, our inner knowing, our intuition, but then we have the High Priestess, intuition reversed. I wonder if you've been really driving forward with a lot of conviction, a lot of strength, a lot of determination, but you're finding closed doors every step of the way, obstacles, and it's because you're not on the path of least resistance here, or your intuition, you're not hearing your intuition loudly enough. it might be logic you're following, not intuition, and your logic is making things difficult. Okay, yeah, I think this is the thing. Logically, you're saying, right, this makes sense, I will go this way. Let's say you want to go to the shop, and logic says, take this road, then that road, and then turn off there. And that's the quickest route. So of course, you're going to do that, right? You know, there's no traffic this time of day, it's the route you always take, makes sense. But yet your gut feeling is saying, no, 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 go the really long scenic route. And you're like, that's ridiculous, I'm not doing that. But your intuition is telling you this for some particular reason, even if it doesn't seem logical. It knows. Maybe it knows today, you know, your higher self knows there's going to be a crash and there'll be loads of traffic, or the road's going to be blocked off, or whatever it is. Or if you take the scenic route, you're going to meet someone who's going to change your life forever, or something like that, you know? So I think the thing here, Aquarius, is drop more into your intuition, even if it seems illogical, scary, strange, the opposite of what you're wanting here, because I think you have been trying to follow your rational mind here, and if you have found that it's taking too long, or you keep hitting a brick wall, listen to that, you know, let that be your proof that it's time to try another way. And just test it out, you know, follow your intuition for a step. If you don't like where it takes you, you can go back to your logic. But I think that in this case, it's more about your gut feeling and what you want, not what seems to make sense. Because if you're thinking, why isn't this moving quicker, whatever this is for you, why isn't it manifesting more quickly? It's nothing to do with your ability to manifest, your courage, your strength, your conviction, your drive, your determination, your ability. It's nothing to do with those things, with the Chariot being here. It's about, I don't know, situations in the way, circumstances. There's just something here that's slowing your progress, because the quickest way forward is not through logic. Through gut feeling. But I think where your gut is trying to lead you is into something unknown. So I think there's going to be a leap of faith that needs to happen here. Like a genuine leap of faith, not a leap of faith that comes after we've made a plan or we've done some research. Let's see, Two of Wands. What else can you tell us about this, please, for Aquarius? Eight of Pentacles. See, I feel that you're like, I think I'll still look this up though. I think I'll still make as much of a plan as I can. Seven of Wands. Yeah, I do not think you like this idea. And Justice. Okay. And then the Four of Wands. Okay, I'm just going to say, if you're completely resistant to this idea of jumping into the unknown, don't, and it looks like you won't, but just at the very least, just bear it in mind. And as you move forward, if you get sick of trying to plan, trying to be rational, trying to do things a logical way, and you want to try a different way, just know that this way is here for you. And it's through the path of what it's basically simply, what do I want to do right now? What would feel good to me? And how it's feeling right now that you might be receiving this, it's almost like, well, I have to go to my job 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. What do I want to do? I want to lay in bed. That's going to get me fired. So obviously I'm not going to listen, to my gut feeling there. It kind of feels like that, like you're saying that's just not practical, but just keep it in mind. There might be some point where it feels more practical than it does now. And this is for whatever this is. If we're talking about work, if we're talking about a love situation, if we're talking about wanting to just put yourself into something new, to go somewhere new, to move somewhere new, to have new experiences, I think you're actually going to get more by trying a whole different approach, especially if it's a person and you've been trying to put in effort, to take action, to communicate, to basically put yourself in their awareness. I think you'll get more by just actually pulling yourself back, because that's going to make them snap up and notice, hey, where did Aquarius go? Okay, let's get you an oracle card. Okay, so Archangels, what message do we have for Aquarius, please? There's something here about time going backwards, and I don't think time is actually, obviously, at least in a 3D linear sense, it's not going to go backwards, but it could be that an opportunity that you had in the past is going to come back around. That could be Spirit telling me that you feel that something's moving so slowly, it's almost like you're going backwards or something like that. But I do think for some of you, something that you've already been offered and you've already declined or something like that, that's going to come back actually, and you get a second chance here to choose the opposite if you want to. Okay, so archangels, what messages do you have for Aquarius? Yeah, I think there's more to it. Time going backwards, what does that mean to you? Is there like a memory you're holding on to? Is there you know, something you'd like to revisit, something you'd like to experience again? I don't know, something coming back around, maybe a situation feeling like it did in the past. We have comfort. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal, Archangel Azrael. We have divine order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Yeah, Five of Wands is creating a lot of illusion, a lot of confusion, and your best bet here is to just pull away from that. Get some space. Okay, we have clairaudience. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. So you could be very clairaudient here. And then we have prosperity. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So that is exactly what I was feeling, that resistance around what I want to do is not practical. I cannot do it compared with what I have to do logically. And this is further confirmation that actually, no, we would love for you to follow your joy, follow your dreams, and then we will provide for you materially. So, you know, of course, huge leap of faith. And I can understand why there's resistance around that, because if we are talking about something to do with money, finances, stability, who wants to do that? Who wants to just jump off the cliff and just see where they land and hope they land into, you know, in a comfortable position and have enough money to eat? No, no one. But whatever it is, if you can maybe take small baby steps alongside, you know, what you're doing, what you have to do practically. If this is a romantic situation and there's nothing, you know, not like a monetary or practical sort of edge to it, and you're feeling like, I don't want to pull away from my person, I want them to notice me, maybe just try a little bit, maybe message them a bit less, see how that goes, see how that feels. Or I don't know what your practical situation is and how you could do this, but just baby steps might be a good way to test this out. Okay, so I will leave this here, Aquarius, but I think really what this reading is saying is you've been coming up against a lot of resistance. You haven't known why. It doesn't seem fair because of how much you have been giving. You have been dedicated. With the Chariot, it's like, I don't care what obstacle comes up, I will deal with it and I will keep going. And the message here, the advice is follow the path of least resistance, as Abraham Hicks says, you know, which seems so counterintuitive right now, I think. But just hold on to this, just remember it if there's a point in the future where you do want to try this. Okay, so I will leave this here. So thank you so much, Aquarius. I hope it resonated and hopefully I will see you soon. Bye.